Everybody, show me love, feeling salary, attitude.
Aldridge is with us as well.
Yes, I mean,
And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Thursday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Houston Rockets.
And for their matchup with Orlando.
And one thing to note, MP has vocalized his desire to be the top rookie in this class. He wants to outdo his peers every time he's on the floor.
And I love that MP is walking into this league with his sights set high. But guess what? He's got his work cut out for him. When you look at the names in this rookie class, now we get to enjoy watching him chase his dreams here in the NBA. Good luck to MP on the journey.
And if you talk to guys who know MP, who grew up with him, they'll all say that he lets his game do the talking.
And he's got a very business-like approach to himself when he's on the floor. MP can dish it back if you come at him, but for the most part, he's letting his numbers speak for themselves.
So he gets them both. And an unfortunate trend for the Utah Jazz stand the past couple seasons, losing the battle of possessions.
Yeah, Kevin, and that's hard to overcome. When you turn the ball over at a high rate, and then at the other end, you don't force any turnovers, you're losing that possession game all the time. Now, fortunately, they rebound the ball well, and that helps a little, but it doesn't totally solve the problem.
And now, let's take it over to the sidelines for a bit on MP. DA.
Thanks, Kevin. As you know, there's still a lot of season ahead, but we've got a couple of opposing rookies in this one. When I asked about tonight's matchup against a fellow rookie, MP told me he's made it a goal to prove that he's the best player in this class. He's got a lot of confidence, Kevin.
A ton of confidence, David, and that's something you got to have in this NBA. Grimes passes to Doncic. Shoots over Clarkson. A nice shot by Doncic. Doncic has got 7.
Oh, nice touch on Luka's mid-range there. The product of a lot of practice time and natural talent.
Now, here's Clarkson. Can't get it to fall. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Mavericks lead by 2. And we'll get going after this from the American Air. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
Irving is out there with ball. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And it's Grimes in at the small forward. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Nailed from three-point land. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Sensabaugh. Rebounded by Gafford. Ball against Sexton. Lets the three fly, and the three ball is good. Ball's got 6 here in this quarter.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
And the shot goes down.
A dynamic scorer. Sexton will absolutely take the mid-range J if you give it to him.
So Colin Sexton is 6'3". He has the frame of a point guard, clearly. But Stan, his game is putting up points, and he can do it in a hurry.
Yeah, and Kevin, look, he's done it pretty efficiently in recent years. We have a lot of point guards in the league who are primarily scorers. And Sexton, though, you've also got to give him credit. He's made great strides as a playmaker.
He has indeed.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end, just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
The second chance effort. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got 5 rebounds tonight. There's Ball with the 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And let's take a moment to honor the Western Conference Player of the Week, Z.
And you can see how valuable he is to the team with the amount of offense that he generates. Rarely is there a bucket where he didn't have a hand in creating it.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Sexton finds George. Kicks it out to Collins. Just 5 to shoot. Shot to stop the run. George, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
There's Ball with the 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Jazz trail by 18. And Greg, at the time Kyrie joined Dallas, there were some questions around how he and Doncic would fit together.
Yeah, well, Dallas needed another ball handler who could score and make plays for others. Doncic couldn't do it all by himself, especially in the postseason. Now they're trying to build around those two guys.
And the shot goes in.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them, continuing to build out this lead.
And it's denied.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 25 points for Z.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Dallas. And a switcher also for Utah. Clarkson's checked in. Utah's gone 0-2 from deep here. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some up. Guys, I want to talk about something else for just a second. Is it me, or have the alternative jerseys around the league gotten a little too creative?
I wish you wear an alternative jersey, everyone.
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the Utah Jazz.
The big reason they're getting washed out, it's been raining threes.
But they didn't know this was coming? They didn't watch the film? Read the scout report? Come on, man.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
Well, we've got it. Second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. Dallas making a switch here. Ball's checked in. .151 left in the third. Pass to Doncic. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Doncic has got 9 points.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Colin Sexton. Walker Kessler is out there with Lauri Markkanen. And it's Hendricks in at the 4 slot.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Mavericks have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Najee Marshall, he's checked in for P.J. Washington. Filipowski, he's checked in for the Jazz. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Ball against Sexton. Ball with the bucket.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
To the paint. The jump hook. Shot's good by Filipowski.
Nice pass by Sexton there. I like when he looks to set up his teammates.
There's Ball with the 3. Sinks the triple. Ball's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
The open look here for Sexton. Mavericks with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Markkanen in the corner. Fires for three. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got his third assist on the night. Thompson from long range. And it's in. Oh, wow. He nails the buzzer beater.
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Oh, man, that's like stealing 3 points. Big time finish to the quarter.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Mavericks ahead, opening up a huge gap. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach.
We got some great looks. Great looks. Defense.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game. And so two things happened that drove me into coaching. Number one, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one. So that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way. So if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps, terrific story. The big men on the floor for him, it'll be Washington and Gafford. Ball out there with Irving, and it's Marshall in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And it's Irving with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Pass to Marshall. Ball kicks to Marshall. Jacks up a 3. Another triple from Ball. Ball's got 39.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Sexton deciding where to go with it. Shoots the 3. The rebound by Marshall.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Ball with the bucket.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
Pass to Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. 6 on the shot clock. Sexton the pass to Hendricks. The basket good off the assist from Sexton.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Ball from long range. Another 3 for Dallas.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Shots good by Mills.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Outside Ball. Pass to Gafford. Washington with it. Dallas moving it around. Marshall passes to Gafford. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Gafford with the steal. Ball surveying the defense. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Sexton dishes to Mills. And Sexton slams it in.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Mavericks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Z.
It was the kind of game...
Yeah, if I'm on a game, I ain't gonna answer.
for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Took him no time at all on that one. Ball's got 46 points. Ball against George. Pass to Collins. Over Marshall. The shot by Collins no good.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
And Marshall kicks to Exum. Teardrop shot. That falls. Great assist by Marshall.
Taking no chances, they go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Outside Collins. And a miss there on the triple. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Outside Markkanen. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Name a type of shot Keontae George can hit it. More than capable of scoring at all 3 levels.
Yeah.
And he knocks down the first one.
And during his rookie year, Keontae George started about half of his games, running the point most of the time. That experience will pay off for him.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Shot and game clock separated by 5. There's Ball. Connects again from distance.
And all game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is no stopping his shot.
And this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game that the world never forgets. Another bucket. Wow. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Stop farting.
Welcome in to the Jalen Murphy Show. I'm your host, Jalen Murphy. I know more about sports than you do.
That's debatable.
Watch your mouth, Russ. We got a great show for you today, starting off with a brand new segment, Trash Talk Do's and Don'ts.
Oh, I'll start. Don't tell people how to trash talk when you were 7th man with a rickety jump shot and the handle of a precocious 4th grader.
Okay. Do keep your mouth shut if you spent most of your career waving towels at the end of the bench.
You know what? You've been selling me short since college, man. How about this? We could have won a championship, but you looked me off to take a double-team 30-footer at the buzzer, buddy.
For the last time, Russell, you weren't open.
I was open.
Guys.
I was open. I was wide
gentlemen,
open.
Just, if I may, can I just say, wowzers. I'm so looking forward to learning from both of you. And more data is always important, even when it's something as unquantifiable as trash talk.
Shut it, Toby!
Okay.
Let's start the segment. Don't trash talk if you can't back it up. There's nothing worse than writing checks with your mouth that your game can't cash.
That's what I'm saying. Not only does it make you look like a clown, but it demoralizes your teammates.
You'd know all about demoralizing your teammates, wouldn't you, Russ?
Oh, you would like to think so, except that my basketball skills were so superior to yours my entire career that you couldn't even hold a candle to me, Jalen.
Guys, if I may, just to put some perspective on this, there are only 525 athletes in the NBA at any given moment. And FIBA estimates there are 450 million basketball players worldwide.
Wow.
Which means you're in the top 99.9% of players by just being in the NBA alone, which that's a pretty impressive stat, Jalen.
Toby.
Yes?
Enough.
Oh.
You already won the lottery by marrying my sister. There's no need to suck up to Russell like this. It's unseemly.
I'm not sucking up. I want to make sure everyone feels like they have value, and I'm just following the data and seeing where the facts lead. You know what?
Shut it, Toby.
Okay.
Do keep your trash talk about the game. We're all competitors here, but there's no need to bring up family, friends, or physical attributes. In other words, show some class.
Jalen, you literally just brought up my wife.
Yes, Toby, but I did it with class. And besides, this is television, not basketball. Anything goes.
They really thought they had a chance tonight.
long season. Time to grab that lunch bell and go to work.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. What's better than NBA basketball on a Saturday night? We're here to bring you the action. Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, and we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. You look at San Antonio, things stacking up nicely for them so far. #1 in their conference and looking formidable. And of course, there's Dallas, only a few spots below.
Well, right now for the Mavericks, they've stayed within arm's length of the conference leaders. That in itself is an accomplishment at this point in the season.
But it's something we expected. This team was built to compete with anyone.
And a look at the starters for the Spurs. Paul and Castle comprise the backcourt. Sohan and Wemby are the bigs. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. And for Dallas, the two stars in the backcourt, Luka and Kyrie. Washington out there with Najee Marshall. And it's Powell in at the center position, locking. Down the middle. Richard, what do you expect to see from this guard matchup?
These guys are lethal one-on-one, but I think the key is to keep